What's going on? How's everybody doing? We're gonna make this video. We ain't gonna make this, too long or whatever. We're just gonna keep this straight to the point. As far as the video about the private investigator or whatever, like I said earlier, we do not believe. We don't believe him. It's been 2 years, and we have to stop allowing just anybody to come out and say that they're doing this and doing that. The way I see it, if we don't hear it from R. Kelly himself or R. Kelly's legal team themselves, his attorneys, then I don't understand why we are, so quick to believe anybody that comes on the scene. We have to do our research on people. We can't just take people's word for things, we just can't. Especially when you think about all the undercut things that has been done to R. Kelly during this whole ordeal. The past 2 years, definitely the past 2 years, but even the past 4 or 5 years, you can say. Um, like I said, it was clear that CBS donated $20 million to the Me Too movement. So why would somebody advise him to go on that interview with Gayle King? It just doesn't make sense when that network is a known supporter of the feminist movement that's going on. It just doesn't make sense. This guy, on the other hand, let me get back to the topic here. But this guy, on the other hand, there was things that stood out to us, and that first and foremost, the background. I know Pacific Blogger was saying that y'all see the background, his office, and all that. Well, that was clearly a green screen. The people in the background never moved. They did not move at all. So that was the first suspicion. And not only that, you can tell it was a green screen because certain movements that he did, you could see the pixels. You could see the pixels when he was out of the range. You know what I'm saying? And not to mention he had the pixel up at the top of his head at one point. I mean, you could tell that was a green screen. Okay. Number two, I'm gonna say this. Recently, Dana J did something that I did not like. My wife did not like. However, that with the private investigator, so-called private investigator, Mr. Sean Harris, it seemed like he was too focused on Dana J. It seemed like it wasn't about, his message wasn't about what he can do for R. Kelly or what he's doing for R. Kelly. It was more trying to discredit Dana J. And whether or not Dana J knows R. Kelly or whether or not Levi is R. Kelly's cousin. To me, that was a giveaway. That's not how a private investigator normally acts. It is not professional to act that way. I know that one Papoose did a live on it, and what she was saying was, I agree with that. He did not. It didn't seem normal for a private investigator to come out and say, "Oh, I'm a private investigator. I've been working for R. Kelly and his legal team," especially when there's still more investigating to be done. It just doesn't seem. It just seems real strange, everybody, and we have to stop just taking people's word. I mean, these people are just coming out of nowhere and just coming on the scene out of nowhere, and then next thing you know, oh, I'm this person, or I've been doing this. And it seemed like he was mainly focused on social media. If his main talking points was about what is going on social media, not about the case, which I understand. If he was a real private investigator for R. Kelly, I'm sure it would be a lot of things that he couldn't say, you know, um, with it still being an ongoing investigation, for one. But for two, what that makes my point, really. The fact that he felt the need to come out and say that just seems like strange behavior from somebody that is supposed to be a private investigator. Now, I'm not going to go into what I've looked up on this guy, but all I know is he has been a police commissioner for the Mount Vernon Police Department. Okay, Mount Vernon Police Commissioner, and That, to me, that it would be strange for a police commissioner to be helping R. Kelly. You see what I'm saying? You would think that he would be more on the prosecution side of things than on the defense side of things. But that's just my opinion on it. But one of the main things that stood out to me and my wife was the fact that he downplayed Will Eady's relationship with R. Kelly, but yet he used the specific term Don Russell passionately cares for R. Kelly, and R. Kelly knows that he cares for him. Well, my thing is this. Well, our thing is this. Will Eady, we have seen Will Eady with R. Kelly for 20 years. We've seen him with him at the 2008 trial. We've seen him with him even when R. Kelly got locked up the first time recently, when he had on the blue bubble coat. Will Eady was with him coming out there as well. We've seen him with go visit Louis Farrakhan with Minister Louis Farrakhan with Will Eady. So we know that Will Eady has a relationship with R. Kelly that is more than just, oh, they did some social events together. That doesn't make sense. When they went to see Minister Farrakhan, was that considered a social event? Was that some type of social event? You know what I'm saying? So we got to stop playing games. Well, stop letting people play these games with us. And on top of that, you got Don Russell. Now, I know a lot of people have good faith in Don Russell. Me and my wife are not one of those people. We do not have good faith in him. Reason why, you know, anybody, it's like this, everybody. Anybody that has been indicted in this situation with R. Kelly, we automatically have to be on alert about them. Until we actually hear what is said in the courtroom, we can't expect nothing but them trying to protect themselves over R. Kelly. That's all we can expect. Now, I'm not saying that that's what he's going to do, but I know we just seen this play out on social media in this little sector that we got here. We just seen something like this where an individual, to protect himself, he did self-preservation. He, became an informant and was making a deal. We have to expect that anybody that's been arrested in this situation along with R. Kelly, whether it's Don Russell, whether it's Michael Williams, whether it's Richard Arline Jr., whether it's Daryl McDavid, whether it's whoever, we have to expect that before we can say that they passionately care about R. Kelly, because last time I checked, R. Kelly is the only one that didn't get a bond in this situation. Okay? So we have to automatically expect that they're going to do self-preservation, everybody. We have to expect the worst. We can't expect, we have to expect the worst and hope for the best. But the way I see it, you know, the statement that Don Russell made on national television, I did not like that. You had his R. Kelly's brother. I don't care if R. Kelly and Bruce Kelly had problems and Carrie Kelly had problems with each other in the past. That's still his blood brother. So at the end of the day, I'm going to trust that family is going to have R. Kelly's best interest before Don Russell would have his best interest. Do you understand? And we heard Bruce Kelly sit there and say that Don had taken R. Kelly's masters and all this, well, unpublished material, I'm assuming his unpublished material. We don't know where that material is now. As far as we know, it could be in the record company's hands. The same thing that they did to Prince. They got his unpublished material, and who knows? We just don't know, everybody. So to listen to this guy come on the scene out of nowhere after 2 years and want to address Dana J so much. See, that's to me what gave himself away. He was too focused on Dana J. And to me, that was very unprofessional. And it just didn't seem, no, nah, everybody. We can't fall for that. We know for a fact that Will Eady and R. Kelly have a relationship more than just, oh, we threw some social events with each other. We can see that that's not true. You know what I'm saying? We can see that. So we can't sit here and just like, who is this guy? Like I said, I looked him up a little bit, and I know that he was a police commissioner for the Mount Vernon Police Department in New York. So that means that he works he would work more for prosecuting the accused and not defending the accused. That's what his background tells me. You see what I'm saying? His professional background. That's what it tells me. Um, and also the fact that Judge Ann Donnelly, from what I'm hearing, has ruled that the public and the media will not be able to be in the courtroom. You would think that if he was working on R. Kelly's behalf and working along with R. Kelly's legal team, he would have been addressing points like that. Now I understand that certain people was asking certain questions. They asked the questions that they wanted to ask, but like I said, he didn't give no type of good information. That I think he was too focused on YouTube. He was too focused on certain people on YouTube, and it's man. Look, one thing that he said that I did agree with though, y'all, is when he said that we all need to pray for R. Kelly, man. That's one thing he said that I agree with, because that is for certain. Because it's been so much undercut stuff, man, and I man, I don't think that the state, I mean not the state, the federal government has a good case, man. I really don't. But when you consider things like this, people just coming out of nowhere, and next they trying to tell us that they are a private investigator working for R. Kelly and working with his legal team. I mean, come on, man. Like, enough is enough, man. Enough is enough. Now, if he is, let's say if he is working with R. Kelly and his legal team, then I'm gonna say this: what he did was very unprofessional. That and that's being, that's a light way of me saying it. That's the lightest way I can say that. What he did was very unprofessional. You know, very unprofessional. And he has, like I said, he has a little history with, a little foul play around, circulating around his name, and around the mayor that he was working under and all that. So, but I'm not gonna go into all that because I don't know if that's true or not. I'm just telling y'all what I read. But what I do know is that he was a police commissioner in Mount Vernon, New York. That I do know. That I do know. And as far as the Will Eady thing, I know that people have, recently Will Eady did some suspect to me and my wife as well. The fact that he waited 2 years as well to come out and want to criticize certain bloggers and all that. And I understand that certain bloggers might be upset about that, if their name was mentioned in that or whatever the case may be. But that still doesn't mean, just because he mentioned your name and you're upset at that, that don't mean that you got to be blind. We can see that he's, his relationship with R. Kelly is more than just, oh, we threw a social event together, some social events together. I mean, come on now. And that's the thing that's really, like, what I'm saying, disturbing to me the most, man. The fact that this man, whoever he is to R. Kelly, or whoever he isn't to R. Kelly, came on the scene out of nowhere like this, does a live, and carried it the way he carried it, man. That's not how private investigators carry things, man. Especially when there's still more to be investigated. That's just not how you do things, And we gotta keep in mind the fact that Don Russell stuff. He Don Russell has been indicted as well. And like I said, I'm gonna say it one more time. We have to expect that anybody that's been indicted in this situation with R. Kelly is going to do self-preservation before helping R. Kelly. Don Russell has stated many times on many interviews on social media that he has what it takes, that he has the information to get R. Kelly out. Well, R. Kelly has not gotten out. And on top of that, like I said, the last time I checked, the only individual in this situation that did not receive a bond has been R. Kelly. Everybody else received a bond.
Didn't Daryl McDavid and June Brown get charged with obstruction as well?
Yeah, they did.
And they're out?
Yeah, they got bond. That's what I'm saying. R. Kelly's the only one that did not receive a bond in this situation, which is just that's just absurd. And you know what else, y'all? The fact that that this is real problematic for me is when this guy Sean, whatever his name is, I forgot his name that quick. Told people to send information. If you have any information that can help R. Kelly, you can send it to him. Now, why would we be sending information to him? You see what I'm saying, everybody? We cannot do that. If you got something that you want to send to help R. Kelly, send it directly to the attorneys. Do not send nothing to this guy here. You know what I'm saying? We do not know if this guy is legit or not, man. We just don't know. Like I said, we do not know. And for him to say you can send it to him, and I think he gave his website information or whatever, that, nah. That seems real suspicious to me. That seems real suspicious to me. You know? Real suspicious.
We cannot afford to mess anything up. We cannot. We cannot afford to mess anything up. You know, so if it's not going to the attorneys, it shouldn't be going anywhere. You know, people can come on and say anything. You know, this guy is talking in front of a green screen. A green screen. It's clear. Those people in the background are not moving. Okay, he and then even he moves around and he goes in and out.
All right.
You can tell it's a green screen.
Yeah.
You know, and some of the things he's saying makes absolutely no sense. You know, Will Eady is not. You know, they're a big deal. His father is international, a man of God, preaching the word of God, and is a big wig on several boards. You know, Will Eady is going to start a church. I don't believe that he would put his father's name out there for anybody.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's clearly more to R. Kelly and Will Eady's relationship than that. And people got to stop letting their personal feelings get in the way of what they do on YouTube. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I get it. Trust and believe I get it. Because I'm mad too. Okay? Really? Come on now. Really? Nah, you ain't going to threaten my husband. Are you serious? You know, when we've done nothing wrong. Nothing wrong. And I don't care how many names has been thrown out there, which is absolutely funny, because I guarantee you that those people did not know their names are going to be brought up, because we haven't had a beef with anyone. And if you call that beef, that's funny. Okay? That is absolutely funny. But listen here, back to the ranch. I get it. I get it. When somebody hits you and lie on you and do stuff like that, you know, you want to get them by any means necessary. You know, I don't know the whole story, but I will tell you this from what I've seen. It's outrageous. You know what I'm saying? But we cannot focus on that and bring the personal in at the expense of hurting R. Kelly.
Right.
You know, but listen, with all due respect, I get how you feel. Truly, I do.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, on that note, everybody, like we said, whatever you do, and this is how we feel. We do not think anybody should be sending no type of information to this Sean Harris. That's his name. Don't no. If we don't hear it out of R. Kelly's mouth, or if you don't hear it out of the legal team's mouth, then listen, man. We gotta trust. Like my wife always says, trust has to be earned, and this guy has not done anything to gain anybody's trust in this situation. Y'all understand what we saying here? So on that note, God bless y'all, man. Be safe. Take it easy.